My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of GOAT. And this movie just has the perfect title because it's about a GOAT who wants to be the GOAT. Just brilliant. Bravo, Sony. I was very optimistic for this one just because it's Sony Pictures Animation. Like in the past 8 years, they've made Peter Rabbit, Into the Spider-Verse, The Mitchells vs. the Machines, Wish Dragon, Across the Spider-Verse, K-pop Demon Hunters. Like, yeah, they've been a few stinkers as well, like Fixed and Vivo, but they're just a studio getting better and better. And God continues that trend. I used to get excited for Disney and Pixar movies. Like, they used to be my favorite studios, but those days are long gone. Sony Pictures Animation is the most exciting studio working in Hollywood today, and I'll be there day one for whatever movie they make next. I actually think it's a movie called Bud. But yeah, anyways, let's begin by talking about the cast. And Caleb McLaughlin does a real great job here. He just brought so much personality and likability to his character, and he carries the movie incredibly well. We then got Gabriel Union, who gives the best performance of her career. Yeah, I think so. Hold on, let's actually check what else she's been in. Her performance at times kind of reminded me of Angelina Jolie as Tigress in the Kung Fu Panda movies, but that's a good thing. Love and Basketball, 10 Things I Hate About You, Think Like a Man, Meet Dave. I would actually say this is easily her best performance. She really does do a great job here, and she brought lots of depth to her character. Stephen Curry does a pretty good job as well. Nicola Coughlan does a good job. Nick Kroll is actually really funny here as Model. He could have been a really annoying side character, but he actually did make me laugh. David Harbour does a good job. Patton Oswalt does a good job. Jennifer Lewis. Okay. I heard this voice and I couldn't put my finger on who it was, but she played the one lady in Princess and the Frog. Like, you've gotta dig a little deeper. Anyways, she does a good job here. Aaron Peel does a good job, and Wayne Knight's in this movie, which is so nice to say because between this and Five Nights at Freddy's 2, like, he's making a comeback. I've missed him in movies. So the cast is real good, and I love how these characters have a level of depth. Everybody starts off as some sort of cliche, but by the end of the movie, they feel like a fully defined character. And I really do like how this movie explores legacy and the importance of community and just wanting to do your parents proud. I actually feel like this movie had some real moving moments, and I appreciate that. The movie is also quite funny at times as well. It's a very 2026 movie. Like, people are watching TikToks and commenting and saying words like washed. Like, it does feel like a 2026 movie, but it fully embraces it, and it is quite funny. The animation looks great. Like, ever since Spider-Verse, I just love how studios are getting more and more creative with the visuals of their animated movies. This one kind of reminded me more of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, but it still felt like a fresh take. The environments are brought to life incredibly well, and there's some real dynamic camera work. I also loved the soundtrack. It just fits this movie so perfectly. And the music by Chris Barrows was also pretty good. So, there's plenty to love here. And of course, the bar game sequences were the best part of this movie. Like, sometimes the environment changes and the game changes as a result, and the players have to adapt. I also love just how kind of tense it was. Like, this guy is very little compared to everybody else, and you really feel that size difference. I was watching the movie and I just kept thinking to myself, how is he going to beat them? How is he going to end up on top? And I did find that character journey to be very satisfying. Now, that said, I did want more of the boss sequences. Like, there's a point where the movie says it's the big final game, and I'm like, what? Already? I wanted more. Like, sometimes I feel like the movie is going a bit too fast for its own good, and you also feel that in the first act. Like, sometimes it can feel a little messy, and even the final minute of this movie, just, I feel like it could have been 1 minute shorter and it would have just been better. Like, some editing is required, some scenes could have been longer. It's not a perfect movie, it could use a little tidying up, but I still just loved everything else. I loved spending time with these characters. I loved how heartfelt this movie was. I loved how funny it was. I loved how it looked and sounded, and it's just a great movie. Like, it's a movie I could watch in any mood. And I guess I also have to say it's one of the best sports movies ever made. So I'm giving GOAT an 8 out of 10. Okay, have you seen GOAT? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin out.